here in New Hampshire, you and the other people in this great state are going to have to make a very important decision. And essentially what that decision is about, if you're going to participate in the Democratic primary, what that decision is about is whether we think that establishment politics and establishment economics is good enough, or whether in fact we need to go in a new direction, whether we need.
Presidential candidate Bernie Sanders vows to take down the establishment, a swing at his chief Democratic rival Hillary Clinton. The strategy seems to be working for the Vermont senator, with recent polls showing his numbers inching toward Clinton's and in some cases topping her. So joining us now for some analysis, Justin Safey, a former advisor to Jeb Bush, and Ed Espinoza, a Democratic strategist. Thank you both for joining us. How are you both today? Thank you very much.
Doing great. No snow here in Miami.
Okay.
Good to be here.
Yeah, I bet. I want to start with you, Justin. Will O'Malley be an important character come Iowa? Because a lot of people are going to be caucusing. Perhaps there's going to be a bullseye on some of his supporters.
Well, yeah, the way the Iowa caucuses work, if a candidate at one of the caucuses doesn't get 15% at that caucus, those caucus supporters of, say, a Martin O'Malley can get recruited by either the Clinton camp or the Sanders camp. So it could make it very interesting. A week from Monday night during those caucuses, those O'Malley supporters could tip the balance in favor of either Sanders or Clinton. So I'm sure both candidates are strategizing how they're going to recruit those O'Malley supporters if he doesn't get 15% in one of those caucuses.
Ed, what could one of those strategies look like, perhaps?
Well, what they're going to do is they're going to have certain ways that they can.
Now, people have been playing nice with.
I'm going to let Ed go, Justin.
People
sorry.
have been playing nice with O'Malley because they don't want to upset his supporters and they want to make an appeal to those campaigns. But Justin makes a good point. The threshold for viability in an Iowa caucus is 15%. O'Malley doesn't have that. He has well into the low single digits at this point. But if you have a caucus with 40 people and O'Malley only has 4 people in that room, well, that's 10% of a particular caucus. So he can make a big difference, especially if those voters decide to go all in one direction. That's what remains to be unseen, and we don't have a good idea right now of where those voters might be going.
Okay, Ed, I want to continue with you before we get back to Justin. Well, actually, I'll let you fix your IFB first. So let me go over to you, Justin. We've seen some stronger rhetoric between Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders, especially at their last debate. She was really separating herself, supporting President Obama with the Obamacare, the Presidential Health Care Act. I want to ask you, what does she have to do right now? Because she is getting, in some polls, she's getting overtaken by Bernie.
Well, she's got a big challenge on her hands because she lost Iowa to Barack Obama in 2008, and right now the polls show that it's within the margin of error between those two. So she's really got to, she really, I think, has to win Iowa. I think it'll be a huge detriment to her campaign if she's not able to win Iowa, given all the establishment support that she has. So she's got to get in there and really just fight for the next 8 days, grassroots campaigning like never before.
And Ed, I want to ask you, what if Secretary Clinton does not win Iowa? How does that change the landscape, looking ahead to New Hampshire?
You know, Secretary Clinton's always been the underdog in Iowa. She was the underdog there 8 years ago. She should be the underdog again there now. It's just historically been a challenging place for her. The important thing to remember here is that she's doing very strong in South Carolina, very strong in Nevada, and this is probably going to be a long primary. Whoever wins Iowa and New Hampshire clearly will have some momentum. They'll have the wind at their back. But I don't think it's the end of the road for her if she doesn't win both. Obviously, it's better for her, but I don't think it's the end of things.
All right, and Justin, my last question is: there anyone, as far as the Republicans are concerned, are they more concerned with Hillary or are they more concerned with Bernie Sanders?
I happen to be a Republican, so I think that the Republican nominee will ultimately defeat either one. I think they both have their weaknesses. America doesn't trust Hillary Clinton, and Bernie Sanders' ideas are not mainstream enough to be used to run the country.
All right, Justin Safey, Ed Espinoza, thank you both for joining us. I very much appreciate it.